We did intend for someone else to present, for Emma to present this presentation, because IXLeeds is a new exchange, and it's much more important to get younger and attractive people to present rather than me, because now this is my third time up today, and I apologise, but she has been called urgently and unexpectedly, so I'm going to present her slides and pretend that I know the content inside out. So welcome to the IXLeeds update. We, as an exchange organisation, we're very, very young. We were incorporated at the end of 2011. At the moment, we are location neutral by design, but we only have a single switch site at the moment, which is the AQL Salem Church data centre. There are several data centres in Leeds, and my understanding is that you can take connections from other data centres via carriers that operate in the Leeds facility, but when we actually formed the organisation and planned the first budgets, etc., the cash didn't exist to expand into multiple sites at the beginning. So the membership, the initial membership of the organisation, selected their preferred site as the first neutral data centre for IXLeeds. So we are independent of AQL, we're independent of the location. It just so happens that our first site is the AQL building. And we are running on a switch that kindly donated by the London Internet Exchange, who helped seed our organisation with support. And the 15 or so members, 15 members that we have in Leeds are all passing traffic via the links RX8. Our update, the new things that you may not have heard before, we have our first 10 gig member connected, who's Akamai. They're up and live and passing traffic. We have a pipeline of we have a pipeline that's larger than the amount of connections that we have to the exchange at the moment. So we have we're dealing with more people who have expressed a long-standing interest in connecting to the exchange. So we have several other 10 gig prospective members, but the first one is up and live, working and passing traffic. One of the ways that we add value to one of the ways that we add value as an organisation to our members is to engage in policy development in the Yorkshire region, to make sure that if there is a technology or a network or a telecoms focused policy being discussed or approach being discussed, we take part in that discussion on behalf of service providers and talk about why government should work with our members, people who have invested in keeping traffic local to Yorkshire and the north of England, and making sure that we try and add commercial value by creating opportunities in Leeds and across Yorkshire for our members. That's one of the areas which we, towards the end of last year and doing some more work on this year, have been doing. We really want to make sure that we're generating growth for our members, as well as giving them a forum to exchange traffic. Also this year we're going to run another event, IXLeeds 3, which will be our third public event. The IXLeeds events are specifically open to anybody who is interested, and we get a very, very large cross-section of people from across the ICT sector, from all over the north of England again, who come together to meet the carriers and ISPs and content generators who are plugged into IXLeeds, and an awful lot of business actually takes place that day, and an awful lot of knowledge exchange happens that day with people who are not engaging with other operational communities. It's very interesting. I think that a lot of the time these are people who are decision makers in enterprise networks who might struggle at much more technical forums, but the feedback we've had on IXLeeds 1 and 2 is that the forums are very, very, very approachable, that it's pitched at a level that's appropriate for our audience, and we're getting new people coming to their first or only meetings at the IXLeeds meeting. So I'm very, very, very happy to see that and want to see that continue. We'll start marketing that date from the beginning of April. We're working with people who have expressed an interest in sponsoring the meeting at the moment. So we haven't launched the date or formal marketing for that right now, because we want to do so and support our sponsors who give us some money towards the cost of running IXLeeds 3. This is what an Internet Exchange Board looks like when they're told to put a suit on. It doesn't happen all the time, thankfully. That's what a data centre looks like with blue lighting. And that's what racks look like for those who've never seen them before, which should be nobody in the room. Our members have attractive logos, which we list on the slide. This is what our events looked like previously. IXLeeds 1 and 2 were held at a theatre and a picture house in the centre of Leeds, which had wonderful facilities, nice beer, and a great space for people to mill about in the corridors, meet each other and talk, and some really, really interesting programmes that look like this sort of thing. We're considering having IXLeeds 3 inside the brand new event space that's in the AQL data centre, because we thought it might be nice to support the building which is hosting the exchange today. It allows people to go and see it, people who are from across the ICT sector, to go and see what an internet exchange looks like, put these concepts into reality, understand what we do. And the event space is actually really, really nice. That's a picture that was taken last week, and the chairs are going to be installed, the seating is going to be installed at seat power and things like that. It's going to be quite a nice event space for tech events, and I'd quite like to be one of the first organisation that gets to use it. But that's where we are with the event. Future plans beyond world domination, of course, actually not world domination, but Yorkshire prevalence, so making sure that we attract carriers, more and more carriers to the north of England, making sure that we engage more with policy development, making sure that government and regional decision makers understand that they should work with our members, build value for our membership, attract more members to the exchange. We're going to carry on doing more of the same, because we are starting to get real traction now, and be a locally independent group that's generating business as well as increasing the amount of traffic that stays within Yorkshire. That's our future plans. So are there any questions?
Any questions for Emma and Andy? No. Okay, thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Bye.